Hi, I'm Dr. Brannick, Vice President of Education at doTERRA International, and grateful to be here with my friends of the Scientific and Medical Education Committee here in Europe, and to really have a conversation about MetaPWR and this amazing product line. I would say that I myself haven't been as excited about a product line like this in a long time. This is so incredible, and we're so excited to have it here in Europe. And so we'll have that conversation today. But let's start off with talking about metabolic health and metabolism. Ruth, can you help us understand that concept a little bit more?
Yeah, certainly. Well, I mean, metabolism is basically how our body deals with the nutrients that we take in, the macronutrients, what it does with carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. There are two basic things that we need to do. We need energy, and we need to build things in our body. And so it's deciding whether we use it for energy, whether we have the resources to build things, and also what we put into storage for later on and what happens. And the reason why it's really important is because we are finding more and more these days that because our diet perhaps isn't quite so good, our exercise isn't so good, there's lots of things that we do that aren't very good for it. Our metabolic health is starting to show. For example, in Europe, I think it's somewhere in the region of 20 to 25% of people in Europe have poor metabolic health.
Yeah.
And you can see that in terms of healthy life years and those life years at the end which are not so healthy.
Right.
So dealing with our metabolic health is also very closely linked to how well we age. So it's linked to a whole number of things that are really, really important.
We're finding more and more, right, the relationship between metabolic health, even in our younger years, and how that affects us in our older years.
Absolutely.
And making sure we can have those healthy older years, to your point.
Exactly.
So, Alexandra, can you talk through the 5 pillars of metabolic health, those things that we really know affect metabolic health?
Yes, a lot of things are affecting our metabolic health. The first thing is what we're eating. So everything what we put in our body, eating and drinking, will influence our metabolic health, because our body is taking from everything something what the body is needing, but and bring it to the target organs, but also what we are not really need. The body is also using this, and do it in places where the body will maybe need it in hard times, like in fat cells, or the toxic substances that we also can eat. So eating is really important. Also drinking. We have to drink a lot of water, because we are almost, you said it so lovely, we are a bacteria planet, but the bacteria are swimming because we are a water planet.
Right.
We are almost completely about water. So drinking water is really important, and not substances with a lot of sugar. Don't take too many sugar and too many salt in us is also really important. So the healthy eating is the first of the pillars from the metabolic health. The second one is the moving. So moving is really important, not only for us, also for our children. How many children are sitting home in front of the TV, iPad?
Too many screens.
Yeah, so in the past, I think when we were small, the parents told us, come back at home, and now the parents are pulling the kids out, going out, moving, and in our days, you already told that so many children also have problems with the metabolic health. I think it's now, so 30% of the children already have problems with the metabolic health. That is 10 times more than in the 70s, and this depends a lot because of the food and also because of the less moving. Cheap food is not healthy, and so people who have not so much money, they have such more problems than the people who have a lot of money. So we have to be aware about all this. So moving is the second pillar of the metabolic health. The third one is are the relationships, and I'm talking about good relationships, because bad relationships are not good for our metabolic health, but the good ones, they are really important, because we have a lot of positive hormones in our body who are helping us. And the body releases it when we have relationships like only touching. So touching is so important. And if we have a little baby, a baby is born, everybody is touching this baby and hugging and kissing. But if we are getting older, and if we're getting sicker, we get so a lack of feelings, a lack of touching, and all the people outside who are old, they need it. So they need holding their hands and do good things with them. And we can use aroma touch for this purpose. I think this is an amazing and easy way to give other people feelings with essential oils. We don't have to do the whole program. We can only use the hand technique, or we can use an essential oil. Use it on the feet of your grandma. She will love it. So relationships are really important, and this is the third pillar of the metabolic health. The fourth pillar is stress and sleep. We heard today a lot about stress and sleep, and it belongs so much together. For me, I was also a person who said, okay, maybe if I sleep 1 hour less, then I would have less stress the next day because I would have more time for my tasks. But the problem is we need our sleep, and we need the 7 to 8 hours every day. And if we don't have this sleep in the right time, this is also important because our circadian rhythm, then we have a problem the next day because we are tired and we we can't work so effective and so good. So we lose time. We lose time with less sleep. So on our hour we have more time, but in total we don't have more time. So we have to be aware of our good sleep and also avoiding negative stress so good as we can, or being a little bit better prepared in our life, a little bit better structured, with a little bit more organization, and relaxing in between. If we have a stressy day, we need in between relaxing to managing the stressy situations. And then we are more resilient and better for the next time.
Mindfulness and meditation and things really, that movement really helps in those things.
And it's so interesting that this is influencing our metabolic health also. Yes, and the last one are the intelligent nutritions. And I think it's amazing that we have the opportunity to take nutritions who are helping us or supporting that our body can manage all these negative things better we have outside. But these are only a little part in all of this. A lot of people are thinking, if I take a good nutrition or if I take a good pill, then I will be healthy, then I will have a healthy life, then I will lose 20 kilo. Give me the pill, I can lose 20 kilo immediately.
Illusion, isn't it?
But that's not possible. We have to look at all these pillars, and that's the most important, that we have to change a lot, but we can't change it in one day. So we only can to change it step by step. And for me, the most interesting was that relationship is the most important in these 5 pillars of metabolic health.
The number one predictor of how long we'll live.
Yes,
is how healthy our relationships
are. And it's
are.
just there's some really interesting studies on the blue zones for that. You know, if you've seen those where they looked at why there are areas of the world where people live to over 100, a much higher percentage of people living to over 100, and really different areas of the world, from Japan to South America somewhere, and it all comes down to healthy relationships, the value and the purpose that people have, and the respect they have for each other. And that's healthy aging.
Alex, you have been with the company for a very long time. You're aware of our Smart and Sassy blend. It's a well-loved blend, and I know with the announcement of MetaPWR, there was some angst about Smart and Sassy going away, right? Could you help us understand maybe why Smart and Sassy is going away and why we now have the MetaPWR blend and the difference between those two?
Yeah, I mean, doTERRA, we're committed to offering the best, right? So when we know better, we do better. And that's our commitment. So we continue to look at the research behind individual oils, behind oil blends, And you mentioned we've had Smart and Sassy for a number of years.
Yeah.
We're able to really zero in on the chemistry of essential oils and the impact that they're having on our physiology. And so we looked at individual oils and then the specific ratios of those oils in a blend. And what's interesting to note is that Smart and Sassy and MetaPWR have the same 5 essential oils in both blends, but in different ratios. And that adjustment in the chemistry, because we've adjusted the amount of oil, has an impact on our metabolic health.
Right.
And so we talk about what that does, what that means for adipogenesis, or the development of adipocytes and fat cells and their accumulation of fat.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fascinating.
I really appreciate the fact that we tried another blend, same oils, different ratios, and we hypothesized that that would be better than our Smart and Sassy blend, and actually found it was worse.
Yeah.
And so then we changed again, right?
And what I love about this is it's a real life example of synergies. Like, no one of those individual oils worked as well as having that exact blend together. And I think that's just a really lovely example of science helping us.
And
Science in the laboratory
ratio.
helping us in the...
And in the perfect ratio.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
That if we take a little bit lemon inside and a little bit less ginger or something else, that this whole blend is changing. That's amazing.
And we see that not only within single oils, that the whole chromatogram, the whole chemistry of the whole oil, and now all of the chemistry from the oils in the blend play so well together, and key
lovely,
to how they function.
I love those things.
Which
Love a
is,
good graph.
which is so good is that doTERRA has that commitment of doing better. So with the evolution of the knowledge, and we could just make a better blend.
Yeah.
We could just stick with the good product.
Especially one
good.
that's selling well, right?
Yeah, it was selling well, but no.
We get a lot of
want to
angst
give
every time
the
we're-
best for the people.
Yeah, we get a lot of angst or frustration every time we're doing away with a product and replacing it with a new
course. So
one.
people
There's
get-
lots of frustration with us, but to your point, Alex, as the science comes out, as we understand more, we need to make new iterations on the product because there's better science out there to help direct us. So, Alex, you as in charge of product development at doTERRA, you know a little bit about the MetaPWR products. Why don't you walk us through the 3 products and tell us about what they do?
Yeah, and this journey has been a long time coming, right? It's happened over several years, but really, MetaPWR is built on 3 primary pillars, I guess, from product perspective. We have our essential oil blend. So this is available in a couple of different ways that you can use the product, in a soft gel delivery or in a beadlet delivery. The oil on its own can be used aromatically, topically, internally. And then we have MetaPWR Assist. And this product is really designed around helping to influence blood sugar levels. Most of the sugar in our blood comes from our diet. So the things that we're eating, if we're making good food choices, then it will help have a better blood sugar response. But MetaPWR Assist is helping us to influence and to normalize those healthy blood sugar levels. And then we have MetaPWR Advantage, the 3rd step in the MetaPWR product system, which is really addressing biological aging and metabolic health, that these are interconnected, and we're improving our health span from the inside out with the production of NAD from NMN, with resveratrol, with our collagen tripeptides. So it's an amazing product that really goes at not just metabolic health, but biological aging.
Yeah, you should be very proud of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've often said until doTERRA figures out the cure for the common birthday, then MetaPWR Advantage is a great product for us to take every single day, right?
Yep, do what we can do.
It really does help our cells respond in a younger way than they would without it, which is fabulous. So let's get into some specifics. And Fernando, maybe you can help us understand this. Tell us the difference, or maybe how you would utilize the beadlets versus the blend versus the soft gels of the MetaPWR blend. Give us an idea of how you'd use those.
Look, this is those 3 different presentations from the same blend. So for me, like I use the blend, the oil in the water. It really tastes good. And if you don't like to take water all the time, all day, and you can add some drops. You really get a different taste, but it really helps you. So the beetlets, when you're craving for taking some snack, just take a beetlet. It will help you too. And you can use it aromatically. It smells delicious. And the soft gels, you can really take it in your meals. So it depends what you prefer, what you like. Yeah. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what you like the most.
Options.
For me, I use the three of them in all the way possible because I really like the flavor. Yeah. I really like the smell, and I really like what the results I have only with that product.
Right.
I like the way you're describing these sensory experiences, right? This mindful eating. Sometimes we just want to taste something, just want to smell something, or drink something, and this helps us to do that.
Yeah, because sometimes people in my office say, I don't drink that much water. Yeah, I don't have that habit. And I say, why you don't use some fruit there? Why you don't use some essential oil that you like, that helps you? But because at the end, I want them to drink more water.
That's true, that both help.
I don't know, I don't care how they're going to take it. I want them to, because water really, like you said, helps in all the physiological process. It's fundamental. But why not use it a good product like the MetaPWR blend?
Yeah. So Alexandra, help us understand a little bit about the MetaPWR Assist product, how it works, and then maybe how we might want to utilize it. How you would recommend people use the Assist product?
Yes, the MetaPWR Assist product is really amazing. At first, we have the MetaPWR blend inside. So from all we talk, it's already in. But they are two ingredients I would like to focus. The one is the mulberry leaf, and the second one is the berberine. And in the mulberry leaf, this is not a new thing, because the traditional Chinese medicine, I think it's using now for hundreds of years as a preventing plant. And we have inside this mulberry leaf an amino sugar. And this DNG amino sugar is a sugar analogon. That means it is like a sugar, but it isn't a sugar. Yeah. So it's similar to glucose, but it's not the same. There are differences in the chemical structure, but only small differences. And this small differences, they do a lot for us, because of this small differences, we have a slower absorption of our carbohydrates in our digestive system. So that means that we have a lower increase of our blood sugar. Yeah. And this is really amazing, because we already talked about our glycemic index and how important it's for our body not to have so roller coasters. Yeah. Because if we have big roller coasters in our body with the blood sugar, it could harm our blood vessels. It could make our cells resistant against insulin. And we have no other hormone in our body than insulin who can do this work. And the work of insulin is to put the sugar out of our blood and pull it in our cells. And if the cells are resistant against insulin, then we also can have later problems with our metabolic health. So this is really amazing that we have on the one side this support, and on the other side we have the berberine. And in the berberine we have the AMPK inhibitor, and this AMPK inhibitor has 2 points I would like to imagine. The first is it helps insulin a little bit. It's an insulin helper that the cells could, so that the sugar could go easier or better in the cells. Then in the second way, we have an influence to our cholesterol and our fat metabolism. So we have, with the AMPK, the opportunity that enzymes are inhibited who are for the synthesis of cholesterol and also for fat synthesis. They are important. So this inhibiting is also helping our metabolic health. And there is a third thing, and the third thing is our energy. So in our cells, we have the ATP and the AMP. If we have a lot of AMP, then we know, okay, the cells are really tired and we have to do something. And this is totally evolutional. I think this is one of the oldest things our body can do, is to realize when we need energy. And this AMPK inhibitor is also our energy giver. It feels when we have less ATP in the cells, and it promotes and supports our body to get more energy. So this combination is really amazing, and with Assist, I think we have a great support for our metabolic health.
Yeah. I think because of the way it's designed, we want to make sure that we're taking it with our largest carbohydrate meal of the day.
Yes.
Because of that issue of inhibiting carbohydrates.
Yes.
But some people may actually need to take it several times a day, right?
Yeah, that's
with
true.
every meal.
That's true. So for me, I take the MetaPWR Assist only once a day. So with my biggest meal, yes, you can take it with the highest carbohydrate meal. That would be the most logical. I'm only thinking, okay, which meal is the biggest today? So will I have a big lunch, or will I have a big dinner, or is it now weekend and I have a really big breakfast with the family? Then I take it in the morning. But if I have maybe a little bit more struggles with my metabolic health, then I would recommend to take it much more than only once a day. Then take it with every meal a day. You can take it twice. You can take it in the morning, at lunch, or at dinner, or also if you have in between, you will eat something with a lot of carbohydrates, then you can also use the MetaPWR Assist to support it.
That's great. So let's do a deeper dive into MetaPWR Advantage for just a minute. Ruth, there's two really key ingredients. It's 12 ingredients in there, and we don't have time to go through all of them. But there's two ingredients in there, NMN and NAD+. Ruth, maybe talk a little bit about why those are relevant to us and how important they are for us.
Well, Alexandra just mentioned ATP, and this is NADP is like, these are the molecules of life, and it's not just in humans. Evolutionary-wise, every life form gets its energy from these molecules. So the presence of NAD, NADP, and of ATP are what drives every single energy-bound function within our whole body. Our whole metabolism depends on it. And the interesting thing we know about it is that if you monitor NAD levels throughout life, they start going down with age. So they're sort of an indicator.
Sadly.
Yes, unfortunately. They are sort of an indicator of age. And there is sort of more and more research coming up now which is indicating that supplementation can help to sort of level up that, to stop that decline, and help the associated endpoints that we have that go with it.
And it starts at 25, which now at 53 seems like a very young age to start seeing that decline.
53 seems like a very young age to me, really. Yeah, I mean, so these are vital things, and by having this smart supplementation to help us support through, it helps every single system in our body. It helps our energy, it helps the metabolism, it helps all the processes that we have in the body. Yeah,
so that NAD plus and the NMN really act as those building blocks.
Yeah,
so the system can create it into ATP, right? So then we can up level our energy levels and maybe keep up with grandkids, right? Or try to.
Unlikely, I think, so,
because, Brannick, let me add this. Sometimes people say, oh, I feel so tired.
Yeah,
I've done nothing special during the day, but I feel tired.
Right.
And what I explain to them is, because of this process.
Right.
Because NMN and NAD plus reduce along the age, so you have less capacity to produce more energy. So you feel with less energy. So that's a great importance to supplement.
For sure.
We are just upgrading and improving our metabolism. Just give it a hand.
Absolutely. giving it those building blocks so it can do what it does,
And of course,
right?
if you have more energy, then you can take more exercise, and that helps with the 5 pillars that are there. I mean, these are why these things are not magic bullets on their own, but they help to support you to do the right thing.
Right.
Yeah, and actually people that try, after a month, they say, when it stopped, they really feel the difference. They feel with more energy, and now they feel, they feel the lack of something.
Alex, another key ingredient within our Advantage product is the collagen, and there's some things that set it apart and make it unique compared to what's usually found on the market today. Tell us a little bit more about the collagen. I'm a huge fan. I keep expecting it to grow my hair. It hasn't yet, but maybe I'm expecting a bit much from the collagen. Tell us about the collagen and your understanding of that.
Yeah. How much time do we have? There are a lot of really key, unique features about this collagen. Just the highlights. So we have marine source. We have more than 70% in tripeptide form. We have 9 different types of tripeptides. So people may not necessarily know that collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. It's used. People commonly recognize that we have collagen in our skin. We have collagen in our joints. We have collagen surrounding our organs. We have collagen connecting our muscles to our joints. And so collagen is found all through the body, and 28 different types of collagen have been characterized in the body. So we're providing collagen in tripeptide format, more than 70%, in 9 different tripeptide types to really support that whole body role that collagen plays. And by consuming this in those small tripeptide fragments, we can absorb those intact, and those amino acids can help to stimulate the fibroblasts in our body to synthesize this collagen. And so we see that, and we see that in the benefits that people are reporting, not just topically, but the way that they feel, the way that they move.
I've heard feedback actually that, well, your product doesn't contain very much collagen compared to what else I was ordering. And really, this is the answer. 3 grams of collagen, but 12 times more bioavailable than the product that they're consuming, means that you get a whole lot more into the system than what they're getting from their product.
That's right. And sometimes people that will state that, well, it's the amount of collagen, but they're not really understanding the physiology and the digestion, right? Because collagen is a macromolecule. And as a macromolecule, it can't be absorbed until it's digested.
Right.
So if it's simply digested and cut up, Ruth mentioned catabolism and anabolism, the breakdown for energy or the building up. If we want to build and synthesize new collagen from these building blocks, they need to be in these little fragments. So this indiscriminate digestion of large amounts of macromolecular protein called collagen, it's not really what people should be focused on if they want to synthesize new collagen.
Yeah. And the 9 types also plays a role there. Typical products have 2 or 3 types of collagen. We have 9 types of collagen, and like for instance for me, I was very interested in collagen type 9, which supports intervertebral discs. As I advance in my years and have birthdays, it's one of the concerns I have of how am I going to hold up in my later years, and to know that we've got collagen that's going to be supportive of those intervertebral discs is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. And beside this different collagen types, what you said with this synergic reaction, we have also in this product the collagen supports. And I think this is really amazing because if I give a patient a collagen product, I will never give it without vitamin C. We need vitamin C for the collagen synthesis. No collagen without vitamin C. That is so logical. And vitamin C is so cheap. So why other things are sometimes not so smart? So I think it's really smart that we have inside the vitamin C, we have the biotin inside, we have the hyaluronic acid inside, and we have the phytoceramides inside. So all the things we can support, not only the skin, like you said, also the joints, and also our concentration, our mood, because we need all this, also the collagen, for supporting our cardiovascular health and also supporting other things in our body.
Yeah, well, and you mentioned the connection between collagen, supporting our collagen, and our cardiometabolic health. Right? There's a recent publication out of the UK, actually, that looked at the association of consuming collagen tripeptides and improved cardiometabolic health. And when we understand that collagen plays a role throughout our entire body, you know, in the vasculature of our heart and things like that, we can see how it improves our whole metabolic health.
So we've touched on each of the products within the system and then the whole MetaPWR system as a whole. We may have some people and wellness advocates out there wondering, do they need to use the whole system? So I guess the question I would pose to the group is, do they?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, all right. I think that's fairly unanimous. Why would it be important for them to use the whole system as a whole rather than individual components?
Because they all, they all address different parts of that, the 5 metabolic pillars. They help to support different elements and they act synergistically together to do that.
So we have a good relationship of intelligent nutrition.
There you go. Yeah. They have healthy connections and healthy relationships. I think that's great.
The products actually were designed to be used together.
Yeah.
The whole system is intended and they complement one another.
Yeah, for sure. So for those who can't wait to start using MetaPWR as a system, Alexandra, maybe you can help us understand what a day in our life might look like using MetaPWR.
Okay, so the MetaPWR blend, we heard a lot about it, that we have this in 3 different forms, at the oil, at the soft gels, and also as the beadlets. So I would say the metabolic blend, we can bring this in our daily routine. So take it whenever you want, whenever you like, whenever you feel. So you can use it when you have cravings.
Yeah, it's a great time.
You can use it starting in the morning with a big glass of water. You can use the beadlets in your handbag, in your small handbag, or also in your jeans pocket.
Good, because I don't have a handbag.
So you can take it with you.
Yeah, that's a great travel size, right?
A great travel size.
And easy to share, too.
And it's easy to share,
right.
yeah.
Good point.
And I love the soft gels because you can take it easily and you can take it quickly and you don't have to drink a whole glass of water with it. Okay,
Right.
there are some people who are using maybe the blend under the tongue. This is also possible, but you have so different ways you can use the blend now. So you can choose. It's no matter which one you take, but take it in your daily routine. The MetaPWR Assist, I would recommend for people with a normal metabolic health that they take it once a day with their biggest meal or their highest meal with the highest ratio of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
That would be the best. I take it mostly with my biggest meal of the day. But if you have problems with your metabolic health already, then for a better supporting, I would recommend take it 2 or 3 times a day before every carbohydrate meal, and take it 15 to 20 minutes before you eat. If you forget it, then take it when you eat. That's also okay and can work, but afterwards I would not recommend to take it. Then I would wait until your next meal or 15 to 20 minutes before your next meal.
And if you're having a meal that's only protein, then you don't necessarily need to take the assist, correct?
Yes,
right.
That's true.
It's really mainly geared towards carbohydrate.
Yes.
How about the advantage? What's the recommendation there?
The advantage, I would say, once a day. Once a day in the morning, at lunch or in the evening, no matter when you have time, then you take the advantage. But if you want or if you like, you can take more than only one satchel. I take only one satchel. For me, it's perfect and enough. But I think you can take it also 2 or 3 times a day. For the advantage users, it's also possible.
Yeah, we're finding folks sometimes with the advantage is some people take it, it makes them a little bit more fatigued, but those people actually are sleeping better when they take the advantage in the evening.
That happens to me. I tend to take it in the afternoon, evening, because I heard that and I find it much better to do it that way.
And for me, it was actually the opposite. I'd heard it too, and I started using it in the evening, and I was not able to get to sleep in the evening. It was midnight, 1 a.m. till I finally got tired. So for me, it's morning time, and that keeps my energy level up throughout the day. So
individual genetics.
it's that personal wellness realize, right? We're learning how our system works.
And that's very important.
And we have to try.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you probably have to readjust
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you this question, Fernando, about the fact that we have our lifelong vitality pack, and now we've come out with the MetaPWR system. And some people might be thinking, well, I should just take one or the other. Is there a need to continue taking lifelong vitality along with our MetaPWR, or does one replace the other?
LLV is a product, MetaPWR is another product. Different ways of working. So they complement each other.
Yeah.
None of them substitute the other. One gives you energy, helps you with your deposits, helps you with your glucose spikes. The other gives you minerals, gives you vitamins, gives you micronutrients. So they complement.
Yeah.
So if you think MetaPWR and LLV are huge complex, so they're two different, they can be taken together. So you have your routine to take your LLV, and you have your routine to take MetaPWR.
Yeah, I think, Ruth, what you said earlier about the fact that metabolic health and our MetaPWR system is all about macronutrients.
Yes.
It's what we do with our fats, carbohydrates, proteins. And LLV is all about our micronutrients, the micronutrients that our cells need. And it's no wonder that we have the foundational level of the wellness chart being nutrition, which is where our LLV sits. And then on top of that is our metabolism, making sure that our cells are getting all of the micronutrients that they need to then now be able to deal with the macronutrients.
You might have the energy, but if you haven't got the enzymes and the processes that you need to do that, which is when the micronutrients come in, then it won't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything.
Right.
So you need the whole package.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So these amazing people that I have the privilege of hanging out with have had the opportunity to use MetaPWR for quite a while now and experience its benefits. And I was so grateful that you could join me today and having this conversation and helping us really do a deeper dive into MetaPWR. So thank you very much.